specialty of the house, pork chops smothered in grease. And so he was back in the kitchen, exactly where the parking lot attendant's shack is today, in that parking lot, if you want to be exact. And he was cooking up the specialty of the house, pork chops smothered in grease, when what you think might happen with a dish like that did happen. And some of the grease slopped over from the pan onto the hot stove below. It burst into flames, and the flames leaped up into the pan, and suddenly the chef was holding a fireball of burning pork grease and pork chops. It upset the chef. Yes, it frightened the chef. And he took 2 or 3 steps backward and then dropped the pan of flaming pork chops to the floor of the kitchen. Ladies and gentlemen, 36 hours later, 32 square blocks of Spokane had burnt to the ground. And I don't mean a little jar. I mean like Dresden in World War II. I mean like firebombed, with just a part of a chimney here standing, or part of a brick wall there erected. Completely destroyed. Everything from South Hill to the falls and the river. And 1.5 miles from what we might think of the new post office, the old post office today, all the way past Division Street. Totally destroyed. Totally destroyed. And that fire resulted in the deaths of many people. To our city council shame, for 22 years, they advertised the fact that only 3 or 4 people had died in the Great Fire. Not wanting to exaggerate insurance claims or retard the rebuilding efforts of new money put into the city from eastern sources. We know of whole rooming houses that were caught up in the firestorm and collapsed on the occupants. We had 4 newspapers at the time, and they all reported, or many months about the fire, of course, but they all reported that up at this passenger train station, the Northern Pacific train station, that it was full of up to 600 people inside and outside of the station. As the roof burned, the smoke was so thick you could not even see your hand in front of your face. Everything burned. Many people died. And in an area of the city called the Gorge, which was a giant ravine 80 feet deep, that started right where the new library, downtown library is today, and extended for 300 yards over to Brown's Addition and all the way up to First Avenue. It was a giant ravine. No buildings were there, no streets were there. It was the garbage dump of Spokane in the 1860s and the 1870s and the 1880s. There was so much debris left over from the Great Fire that to even begin building or rebuilding the city, they had to get rid of the debris. And so they did the 19th century equivalent of bulldozing and hauling all of the debris from the downtown area, the 32 square blocks, into the gorge, and they filled up the 80 feet deep gorge.